Hi everyone, welcome to today's vlog. So I promised that I would have a look through this and just show you what's in it. So it's basically from Mercadona supermarket, which is where we do most of our shopping. We do go to Lidl, we do go to Eurospar, but Mercadona's probably my favourite. And La Navidad means the Christmas day of Mercadona. So it's a Christmas supermarket like brochure. Now obviously in the UK you get these in all the supermarkets. I looked through, I think it was the M&S one and maybe even the Tesco one in a couple of vlogs before we left the UK. So I was really interested when I saw this in Mercadona the other day to see how different it would be. And it is quite different. I mean, in some ways it's the same. It's encouraging you to buy food, to celebrate, and presents and things like that. Although there's no way as many presents in here, and the food is quite different, I think, to what we would have in the UK. So I will show you what's in there, and hopefully throughout Vlogmas you'll see us trying some of the things in here. So it starts off with, and it says Tu Mesa de Navidad, which means your Christmas table, and it's got a picture of what I think is a sort of traditional Spanish Christmas. So they don't have a roast dinner like we do, although they do have meat. There is a roasted bird there, but they eat quite a lot of seafood, and obviously there's salad. That's a vegetarian thing. This is like a pavlova meringue thing. Quite a lot of vol-au-vents in this, which is a bit 70s, but I do like a vol-au-vent, I have to say. Again, more seafood. And this was like a consommé soup thing. They do have quite a few recipes in here, but first of all it starts off with this sort of charcuterie with the like the cold meats and the Iberico ham, obviously chorizo, that kind of thing. Martin loves this sort of meats and salamis and everything. I quite like them. They're not the healthiest thing, obviously, but I think I will try and make something like that, I think, one day to try, because it's nice to try the kind of things that they have over here. Then we move on to pâtés, and first of all we've got special pâtés and special cheeses. So again, there's all sorts of different things there. I don't understand all of this, every single word of it, but I do understand quite a lot of it. And then there's another board here with different kinds of pâté. So we've got all different ones. We've got roast chicken pâté. We've got pâté, fresh pâté. They seem to have two kinds. There's like the pâté, which is in the chilled section. And then they also have stuff in jars as well. So that's a jarred one. And then we've got a fresh one with truffles. I'm not sure what that one is, but that one's in a jar. Dates, random, and so they obviously have put dried fruits with them, which would probably be quite nice actually. Apricots as well there. And this is like, they call it marmalade, strawberry marmalade, but it's basically like a strawberry jam. And then some little cracker things. I think that sounds divine because I love sweet and savoury things together. Over here in the Canaries, they eat quite a bit of honey with, so they eat cheese with honey, which again I absolutely love. So that's might be an interesting thing for us to try, some pâté. And then you've got the cheese board, which Martin and I both love cheese, and they've got all different kinds of cheese on here. Some goat's cheese, which obviously is very Canarian, and then some cheeses that are international. And you can get a good selection of cheeses over here, although cheddar is really expensive and quite, not rare, but like they don't have loads of cheddar over here. But luckily we like all different kinds of cheese, so I'm not that fussed. They've paired it here with, again, some dried fruits, some grapes, dates, walnuts, and some little toasts. So again, that looks like quite a nice thing to try. And often we'll just have cheese at Christmas. Then we've got these like little canapé things that they're suggesting that you make, and a few different kinds of vol au vents. We've got toasts with a pate on, and again they call it the marmalade, but this is like a tomato one, so I'm guessing that's like a tomato chutney type thing. We've got salmon and mascarpone vol au vents. We've got here, oh, egg. Oh, I don't know what this one is. Oh, it's like a tartare, so raw, very small chopped up bits of beef, and then with a small egg over the top. What are they called? Quail's eggs over the top. And then at the end, which this for me would be divine, is pulpo, is octopus with hummus. So that's, I'd like to try that, but I've never cooked octopus before. I might get a tin of it. We've got a nice looking prawn salad there. That looks nice. I might try that one day. And then this is the soup, the consommé thing, which has got it's got boiled eggs in it, and it's also got like meatballs in it, which I believe are pork. I think they're pork meatballs. So I probably won't make that. This one's a vegetarian, made with leeks and mushrooms and cream, and then encased in pastry. It does sound quite nice actually. And then we've got all the fresh fish, which apparently is a very big Spanish tradition, is to eat a lot of fresh fish around Christmas time. I believe they eat their Christmas meal on Christmas Eve, not on Christmas Day like we do. And then there's a couple of fish recipes in here, which look really nice actually. This one's got like a crust on the top of it with hazelnuts. That sounds really yummy. And then we've got all the different like cooking times for the different kinds of fish, which is quite helpful. And then we've got, this section is meat for your parties or your celebrations, and there's all different kinds of like roast meats that they might make, which again, some of them do look really nice actually. 3 different sauces to go with your meat. So there's like a brandy one, I'm not sure what that one is, and an almond sauce. That sounds really nice actually. So again, I might try some of these at some point, but maybe not this year, because obviously we're still moving around. We won't be in our house until January, so I might need to keep it a bit simple this year. These are things to go, like accompaniments to go with your meat. So you've got like a, I think this is probably a bit like, oh, I can't think of the name of it. It's really rich and it's potato. Oh, that's going to annoy me. It'll come to me. This one's a red cabbage and this one is a sweet potato mash. So they all do look very nice. I'm not sure what that meat is, but it looks disgusting. I've no idea what that is, but I'm skipping past that. And then we get on to the puddings and the sweet things that they have. So it's very different from the UK. There's no mince pies, no Christmas pudding, nothing like that. It tends to be these sort of sweet little treats. And turon is one of the main things, which is, I suppose it's a bit like nougat, but it's made with honey and sugar, and it has all different flavourings and things like nuts added to it. You can get hard turon duro, or a softer one as well. we will definitely be trying lots of these. And then they obviously, again, nuts and dried fruits. And then there's all these kind of sweet things as well. Some chocolates, there's chocolate orange, and just a selection of different sweets. And we'll be trying some. Last year we bought a whole load of different sweets from the Hyperdino, actually, in Grand Tarahal, and we really enjoyed trying them. I think in Lidl over here, everything looks quite marzipan based, I have to say, and I'm not a great fan of marzipan. Martin really likes it, but I believe that Lidl is a German company, a German supermarket, so I don't know whether the things in Lidl are typically Spanish, to be fair. So, and you know, you can also get, I saw the other day they've got in Lidl, they had the little Kit Kat reindeers or whatever they are. So, you know, you can get quite a wide variety of things over here. There's a meringue cream and fruit thing which looks divine, but I probably won't make. And then there's a few different little puddings. I think some of these are available most of the year, to be fair. But so there's like an egg flan, which I think is like a creme caramel. And there's two different types of coolant, they call these. And they're like, what's wrong with my brain today? Fondants, you know, where you put the spoon in and the middle is all oozing. So there's a chocolate one, and then there's this new one, and I think that one is a Biscoff one, and if I see them I'll get them because I'd like to try them. Then we've got like a toffee milk sort of moussey thing, and a 3 chocolate one, and then there's this Tronco de Navidad, which I'm gathering is a chocolate log, which again I'd quite like to try if I see one. Got a couple of Baileys type drinks, which I do like Baileys, I have to say, so I might be trying something like that. And then we've got the panettones, which I believe are Italian. Yeah, I think they are, but they do have them a lot over here. And we did try one actually last year because the lady that owns this apartment that we're staying in bought us a couple of mini ones, and we'd never had them before and we absolutely loved them. So I'm going to look out for the mini ones. I think there was a classic flavour and a chocolate one, so I will be keeping an eye out for them. And again, in Lidl there was absolutely loads of them. This thing is very Spanish, very Canarian, is what they like to have on King's Day, which I'll talk more about that in another vlog. But it's a sweet bread with cream and decorated with fruits and chopped nuts. I really want to try one of these, but they're absolutely massive, and Martin and I do our pigs, but I don't think even we'd be able to eat a whole one of those. So I'll have to wait and see if some friends want to, you know, share or something like that. But you can even get a vegan, gluten-free one. So, you know, they are catching up. Then we've just got a few little sort of adverts. And I think that you can scan this QR code and get some recipes. Then we've got a whole load of different drinks, which, you know, wine and Lambrusco, vermouth. These are fairly sort of, you know, you could get these anywhere really. There's nothing really wow or different about these. And then they've got a couple of pages where they've got some ideas for cocktails. So we've got pineapple gin, con alcohol means with alcohol, vodka citrico, so like a citrus vodka. And then they've got a couple that are without alcohol, which sound quite fun. They've got a mango sorbet one and a purple rain. So if I don't try them this year, maybe, you know, maybe next year I will give them a go. Then we've got a couple of pages of you know, table placemat decorations. I think they're all paper plates. I think I haven't seen any like China Christmas stuff over here. So I think they're paper plates to decorate your table. And then we get on to the perfumes, which, you know, again, these are all like Mercadona own ones. I have no idea what they're like. I've not tried any of them. Got a couple of pages of sort of gifty things, a couple of gifts for the kids, and then some makeup-y bits. And I think that's about it. So it is quite similar to the UK kind of Christmas magazines, but there's not as much stuff. There's you know, it is quite different here. Like I say, there's no mince pies, there's no big roast dinner with pigs in blankets and anything like that. It's much more, well, it's different because it's a different country, but I think it's quite interesting, and I'm really looking forward to trying some of the things, and obviously be sure to show you and to let you know what we think of them. Hope you've enjoyed looking through this with me. I'll catch you in tomorrow's vlog. Thanks for watching. Bye.